currently living in our bus and traveling. We're over in WA and we have been gifted a cookbook, and we thought it would be a good opportunity to test out one of the recipes in this beautiful cookbook. It's made for van life, and so what perfect way to test it out than in our new, half-built bus kitchen. So yeah, we're going to take you along for the recipe today. We're making yogurt flatbread and we're going to be eating it with some dukkha that we also made from the recipe book. So yeah, we'll take you along, and yeah, we're currently parked up at Busselton near the Busselton jetty, which is a super long jetty, beautiful location, and yeah, we'll take you along for this recipe. It's also currently lunchtime and I'm super hungry, Dan's super hungry.
Yep, I'm ready for food.
So what a perfect time to test out one of these recipes. So the recipe book is called The Small Kitchen Cook, and it's by Ashleigh Butler. And we have partnered with a brand called Exploring Edens, who publishes amazing adventure books and yeah, cookbooks and things like that. They also do some travel guides and travel books, all that type of thing. It looks beautiful in our bus kitchen, and there's some really cool recipes in here that are going to make our lives so much easier on the road with figuring out what we want to eat, because that's always something that we are trying to figure out. We're like, what should we have for dinner this week? Now we can always refer back to our cookbook. Dan's excited for food, let's get into it. We are making the 4-ingredient yogurt flatbread. So this recipe is super easy, it's only got 4 ingredients. So we've got the flour, the yogurt, the salt, and I'm just gonna grab the oil out because the oil was just used for popping into the pan. So I'll leave the oil over here for later. And yeah, I'm gonna go through the recipe and take you along. So we've already measured out most of our ingredients here. We've got 1 cup of plain flour. We've got 3/4 cup of full-fat Greek yogurt. We've got 2 pinches of flaky sea salt, and then we've got our olive oil, or they also say that you could use butter for when you're frying the flatbreads in the pan. And then the dukkha, which is what we made yesterday, and we'll get that out after. So yeah, but for the actual flatbreads, it's only 4 ingredients, so we love that. So first things first, we washed our hands in our tiny home kitchen. So our kitchen is only kind of half finished, but it's still super functional, so it will be super easy to cook in today. So we have both washed our hands, so we are super clean and ready to cook. So I'm just going to double check the recipe book and what it tells me to do, but I'm pretty sure we just chuck in the bowl, the flour, the yogurt, the salt, and then we combine it all together. Easy, we can do that. Dan's going to combine them all now, just chucking them into the bowl. 1 cup of flour, 2 pinches of salt we've got there. And we've also got the 3/4 cup of full-fat Greek yogurt. So I'm just stirring this until it is lightly combined, and then we're going to flour up the bench top and then just literally combine it. We're not like kneading it or anything like that, we're just combining it until it's not sticky basically. Alrighty, sweet. So now I'm going to flour the bench top, so I'm just going to move this stuff, pop it onto our table over here. And we've got some flour here, so we're just going to flour the bench top a little bit. And then we're going to grab our mixture and pop it onto that flour.
So now we just have Chelsea just combining it all together, just getting it all so it's nice and combined and not sticky.
Alrighty, so I've just combined the dough. I'm just going to check the recipe book and see what it says to do next. It says place the dough back in the bowl with a little flour in the bottom. Rest the dough for 20 minutes in either a cool place or in the fridge. So I think we'll put ours in the fridge. So I'm just going to grab the bowl, chuck a little bit of flour in the bottom, and then pop the dough in there and let it rest for 20 minutes. So we've got our big fridge over here. It's absolutely so full at the moment because we just went food shopping. So I'm just going to find a little bit of a spot. Alrighty, so it's been 20 minutes and we've had our dough resting in the fridge. So Dan's gonna grab it out and then we'll check the recipe and see what it says to do next. Some good looking dough.
Yeah. Feels nice and cold, so.
Nice. So we've just got some flour on the bench top. Once the dough has rested, divide it into 6 equal parts, form them into balls, and then roll them out with a rolling pin or a floured wine bottle or any other glass bottle that you have handy. So
we will be using a glass jar.
Nice. We've got a glass jar though, so
Just gotta find it.
we'll find our glass jar. I think it's in the second drawer possibly.
Yeah, so this is the glass jar that we'll use as our rolling pin. But yeah, we'll break this up into 6 roughly even parts. So start with something like that and see how it all turns out.
We just gotta like add a little bit of flour around the edge of the jar.
Some of that.
Perfect.
And rolly roll.
And then yeah, we'll just roll them into little equal, like circular shapes.
Flatbready things.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Nice.
Perfect.
Cool. I'm gonna get our frying pan heated up over here. So we've got a 4-burner gas stovetop, which is so handy and is working amazingly. So we've got our frying pan. I just popped it over here. And then we're just gonna add a little bit of oil in there. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to get this heating up. And then it says to pop it on a medium heat. So yeah, we're just going to heat that oil up. I might have popped a little bit too much oil in the pan, but we'll see how it goes. Fry pan on medium heat, add a small splash of olive oil or butter. It says just enough to lightly grease the pan. So I probably put a little bit too much in there, so might need to readjust that. But yeah, and then we're going to cook the dough till golden on both sides, and then it should only take a couple of minutes, it says. Wrap the breads in a clean tea towel to keep them warm as we cook them. So we can do that. So we're going to pop our first flatbread into the pan. Nice.
So just gonna flip the first flatbread.
Nice, that looks so good. Nice and golden.
Yeah, yummo.
Yum, that looks really good. I'm going, just rolling out some more, and then the first flatbread's been flipped, and we're both so hungry and so keen to eat them.
So this one's all done, so we'll pull it out and then chuck it in this tea towel to keep warm. And we'll put the next one in.
The flatbreads are working out really nicely. They're cooking super well on our pan, and yeah, we are both so hungry, so I don't think we're gonna wait until we've cooked all 6. We're going to try the first one out now. We're gonna get our dukkha out. We've got a little bit of olive oil, and then we're gonna do the whole dip the flatbread in the dukkha, and it's gonna be delicious.
And eat them while they're hot, so
yeah,
it should be good.
Yummy. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna pop a little bit of the dukkha that we made from the Small Kitchen Cookbook on this plate here. Yum, look how good that looks. And then we're just gonna get some olive oil. Thank you. Olive oil on the plate to dip our flatbread into. And then do for a little bit of olive oil.
Splash in the pan. Voila.
Whilst we continue to cook our flatbreads, I started to clean up our tiny home kitchen because yeah, when you live in a small space, it's definitely wise to clean up as you go. So yeah, Dan was cooking the flatbreads, and then we got them ready to start eating and give them a try.
Flatbread made and ready to go, so it's time to dig in.
It looks so good.
Dip in.
They turned out so well, and they're still so warm.
There's a magic hour.
Very good.
The streams are ever flowing through the fields of wildflowers.
That's yum.
Let the peaceful freedom draw you.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're inspired to try the recipe out.
That was a really simple but delicious recipe to make, and yeah, it was super doable in our tiny home kitchen. So yeah, definitely would recommend the Small Kitchen Cookbook, and also very grateful that this kitchen cookbook was gifted to us. So really happy to share it with you guys because it actually is something that we really truly love and will use. So yeah, hope you enjoyed watching us do a bit of a recipe video, something a little bit different, but it was pretty fun to do. And yeah.